Hello, my lovely friends. Today, look at these treasures around here. Today is a special video. It's the final video of the Dephemerember 2025 event. By now, we all know them and love them as Barbara from 49 Dragonflies and Luise Heinzel, our generous hosts for this annual event. And this year, we had a little bit of a twist because this year the focus was on compartmental making, not on just one piece of ephemera or one junk journaling page, but a system or a way to just attend to the different components of our ephemera so that we can, when we have 10 minutes, just do 10 minutes of crafting. If we have an hour, we can maybe have an entire junk journal page spread. And yes, this is what I would like to show you. And this is my junk journal planner. And I used my December signature to enter all the different ephemera in there to give you an idea and inspiration how to use them. Okay, let's go. So before we start, one more thing. Such a big thank you to Jem, my lovely swap partner for Dephemerember this year. Her generous parcel really took my breath away, and I tried to incorporate in nearly all of what I've done one of her items and see. I need to show you what I still have so many things left because she was so generous. Again, with all my heart, Jem, thank you so much. Okay, but now let's really start. Let's see. This is my December. Let me make a little bit of space here. This is my December start. They are not in order. What I prepared here for myself is like little reminders so that I know this belongs to this and this prompt. Let me see, where's my prompt list? I put my prompt list to the side. Here's my prompt list, but I also have the other one. So what I started with at the very beginning, and I show you the leftovers of this. I started with a jelly printing session, and from this jelly printing sessions, I made these little page toppers. They came from one of the jelly prints, but at the same time when I did the jelly prints, I also altered envelopes and lots of different pages. Can you see here? Many of them are also just the leftover of my brayer. And I used all of these pages throughout my Dephemerember challenge, and see how many I still have left over. But I used those papers to give the journal a little bit of cohesion. Okay, and at a different point, because we had, I think, envelope and coffee mug, coffee stains or so, I made, again, lots of different old envelopes. And I used a little bit of Jem's tissue paper to create all the different paper. Can you hear the sound? And I still have so many left over because we did compartmental making. So, but that brings me to my first page here. This here is one of the parts of the envelope. And this is the altered envelope and coffee mug stain. That was number 9. And then the next one is flip out and pressed flowers. So I made the flip out of this. And then I made these flowers here. These are my pressed flowers because I pressed the leaves together here like this to give them more of a dimensional feeling. But of course, when they are for a while in the junk journal, they are flattened. But can you see how you can enliven them again if you press them? That's what I thought. It's a pressed flower. And this was just for me some decoration. And again, some leftovers because one of the prompts was grandma's buttons, and they are some of the grandma's buttons. That's my first page here. Then we come to the second page. The pocket here is number 22, prompt number 22, postage stamp collage and chubby mushrooms. And I created the mushrooms myself. And can you see? I have so many left over. There's a free printable on Ko-Fi if you would like to have the mushrooms. I will put it in the link below. And I used one of the stems here. That comes from Gem. You see, it's a New Zealand stamp. And I made a little collage out of this. This tag here inside is tag and shattered glass. And I put a foil on top of it that gives this interesting shattered glass experience. And that's one of the tags. And then I also have an additional mushroom that I already prepared with the same foil that has this interesting shattered glass structure. Okay, that is this page. Then we come to the next page. This one here is just holding that one, and this, like that, already came in the parcel. Gem made it for me. And so this is holding in the moment my postcard. I can put it to the side. And this one here is what we had before here on top, because this is always one of my mind maps, and when I open it up, I have inside here, I have my calendar. And I always like to have page tags on top. This is one of the 5 page tags that I made. It's page tag and moss-eaten lace. And so that's one of them. So that was prompt number 1. And then postcard and sewing. This little flower came from Gem. And so I used the paper again from the jelly print in the beginning. And then with my sewing machine, stitched around and also through the middle so that I actually have a postcard. Fallen in love with as many things as possible. And I made a few of them. Look, I have this one here. When nothing is sure, everything is possible. Can you see here's a little zigzag stitching, and here are my little leaves. And I have this one, creativity takes courage. And I have my machine, it's so lovely, it makes here little heart stitches. And I have blank back sides for further postcards. I can just glue something here on top. This was just scrap paper, and just already was sewing through the middle because I find it's a nice addition if you want to make a postcard. Let's put that to the side. So this one here is floating pocket, and floating pocket and bold number was number, let me have a look, number 2. I just attached it here with this little, so that's my floating pocket, and I can take that out. And I just used packaging, clear packaging, to create the pocket actually. These are my bold numbers, that's a stamp, and here's the back side. And again, I used the same paper like I did before, the brayer paper or the jelly printed paper that we used from the beginning, or they made in the beginning. So the next one is snippets and grandma's buttons. And I made a snippet roll actually here. And I created little buttons. On this one is not a button. Let me have a look where I have for the buttons. Yeah, can you see? Here I made these little buttons, and I still have buttons left and also the flowers left. And then I created a tuck-in on this side. Can you see? Here's one of the buttons. Here's another one. And these are the scraps. I made buttons for myself. And this one here is the Shake, Attack and Moon Dust, prompt number 16. Can you see? And here is a little moon hidden in the moon dust. Wonderful. I can put this one to the side as well. And I made all these little tags here. This is another of the page tags that we made as compartmental making. The next one here are journaling cards and tiny letters. And I had heaps of journaling cards. Let me see where the others are. Like I did 4 of them. And I printed at the same time these little sayings. So collect beautiful moments here. Then I had here these tiny letters from a book page. Be you, the world will just adjust or will adjust. And I have this one here. If not now, then when? And this one here, I leave it in there for now. You see, is give yourself permission. These are my journaling cards, and they are on the back side of like index cards that I just with Distress Oxide ink inked. So this one here is belly band and butterfly labels. And I just used a piece of lace from Gem, and these are die cut butterflies that I again cut out from the same jelly print paper. Then I made a little envelope here. You do you. A little letter to my future self that I can find a little message. You do you. Okay, and we come to the next page. This is just again one of this, just a little piece of the snippet roll. Just cut it off, put one of the little buttons here on top. And this is from my December printable. It's, as I said, free on Ko-Fi if you like to download it. And that was just a little picture of me and my daughter at a Christmas fair. And again, here you can see, this is one of the page toppers that is also cut out from a Christmas ball from one of my printables. Just used as a topper with a little bit of lace here. So let's go to the next one. These are hidden paper clips, and I have here 3 more that are not decorated. These were forgotten snacks, and the forgotten snacks, these are little treats that we used to have when I was a child around Christmas time. And if somebody just reminded me of them and sent me a photo of them. And so I thought they need to go in my junk journal, definitely. And these are hidden paper clips that I still have left over. And the paper came in the little parcel from Gem. So compartmental making, I can use them for a later project. This one here is just my partner has a black Santa, and we had a Lego Christmas tree that we assembled around the Advent time. Had so much fun with that. This one here is the bookmark, like it's, and you can again see these are all the envelopes that I made with sewing pattern paper, and then I used one of them, folded it in half, used a bit of my December printable here to decorate it, sewed around it, and these leaves in here, they come again from Gem's parcel. And so this is a little bit of Christmas around photos. And so this is my bookmark. And another of the little page tabs. So then we are here. Let me have a look. That is by now leaves, envelope and owls. That is number 11. And here it is. Again, same paper. Again, a window envelope used as a pocket this time. Added with a little bit of leaf here, some leaf stitching here on the sides. We saw that before. Here the leaf stitching and an owl. And this is a tag that I made previously, and it just fitted so nicely to this page. Then on the next page here, we have several prompts at once. So first we have clusters and tangle threads. Here is one of the clusters, and I used again one of the butterflies that I had prepared before, and here on the other side again like one butterfly. You can see here all the threads. These are clusters that I made, and I have more clusters. Look at this, all the different clusters that came from, I love that one also, that came from the same session. So many little clusters here. Look at this. Here are again the little grandma's buttons. This here is die cut from the same paper, and we come to the next prompt in a second, because it's here, it's the pocket, and it is let me think. Where is it? Altered pocket and texture. Again, it's one of the pockets that come from the altered envelopes, where I went over with the jelly printing, and then I glued a paper, an additional paper, same jelly printing, that I put through a die cut machine with different die cuts, because I wanted to see how they look. And then it turned out like this, and then I just made a pocket out of it. How beautiful is that? So altered pocket and texture is prompt number 25. Then the next one here, these are tags, and altered tags and torn wallpaper. And these are actually tags from, these are closing tags, and even that, this vellum paper here was a part of the closing, like it's the care instructions were on that. So I stamped on it, some gold sprinkles. Here with some modeling paste, I stenciled on it, used some gold ink, and again, one of these sayings here on top of it. And then on the back side, can you see I covered it with coffee dyed paper, and you can open it, have a little bit of a hidden writing spot here. I have one here, and I also have a smaller version here where I did it a little bit the other way around. The vellum is in here like this, different pattern, and I found they look a little bit like wallpaper. But again, you can open it and you can journal, have a little bit of a hidden journaling space. Let me put that back in here. And I didn't decorate these ones, but I still have them left over, already covered here on the back with the fold out coffee dyed paper. And then I can assemble them and decorate them so that they are fitting to a different journal. So was there? The next thing are coin envelopes. And with the coin envelopes, I made different coin envelopes. I made templates for 3 different kinds. So let's go through it one by one. Envelope 1, I made just these very easy envelopes. Just on the back, they have a little flap, and they are open with a little opening here. And I made another one, a third one, that I then attached here as a side tuck. So like that. So 3 of them. Then we have coin envelope number 2. And these are again 3 of them I made. And this is ledger paper from Gem that I really, really liked. Look, name on top. And they are with a seam here in the middle, and then they have a flap on the bottom and the flap on the top. I made 3 of them, and the template. And the last one on that is in here. This doesn't have any seams. Can you see? The seam is more or less here on the side, has the flap here on top. And I loved, look how this fits with the ledger columns. And this is spilled ink, because a part of the prompt was spilled ink. It was coin envelope and spilled ink. And so I have some spilled ink here on top. And then here, 2 more, and one again was one of the envelopes, the altered envelopes from the jelly print, and I made a little coin envelope out of it. So 2 more of them, and the template was the name. And this is our last one. Last one was specimen card and fallen leaves. And the specimen card here, look how beautiful it is. Oops, let me see if I can use that one maybe. No, maybe a white. Ah, can use one of the postcards. Can you see? Ah, love this so much. This dried flowers, they were a gift from a friend for Christmas for me. And so I definitely needed to include them here. Be you bravely. And these here, these seed pockets, they are vintage seed pockets. They also come from Gem, and I find them so precious that I wanted to combine them and then just tuck them in here. And I have more of them. I made different versions. Blessed are the curious. You see here? And fallen leaf. Then I have one with rounded edges, a number, a little bit of cheesecloth, and then one with just straight edges. Remember the now, little bit of cheesecloth as if it is like the earth here. And then one where I stitched around here. Again, department 253. It's a specimen card, as if somebody went out and found the little things. And together with these seed pockets, oh, such a treat. So wonderful. And not only this, can you see, I have more of the flowers left over for more projects at a later point. I used at some point like tape to cover the windows of my envelopes, and so then I peeled them off, and they have the same color shading like the other paper, so I can use them as washi tapes. Then I have little bits and pieces left to make more flowers, and from the die cuts and the paper, look at this, all these intricate structures or the printed out butterflies. They might at one point come in handy. Okay, this is us for today. I hope you enjoyed Dephemerember as much as I did. Thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. It really means a lot to me, and yeah, it's wonderful to have you on board. I wish you all the best and hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.